This is for both of you guys, since you're both from the area. I'm just wondering, generally, what's it like in the bubble so far? And secondly, is it weird to be in Toronto and not, have your family around and be able to sort of see you guys and hang out with you guys?
It's definitely a little weird. Doesn't feel exactly like I'm home. It's like I'm visiting. So, it's nice to be back. If there's any place to be, it's nice to be back where you're from. So, I'm excited to be here and excited to get things going.
Yeah, I'd say the same thing. I mean, kind of sucks when you get off the airplane and you got to go the different way on the highway. I'm literally like 10 minutes from here, but I think no matter where we were, I think the bubble was going to be able to, whatever team hosted, I guess I'm trying to say, would have done a good job. But I think with Toronto, just the access to the rinks and the facilities, it's been pretty good. And I think just personally, just with the new daughter, I think just a little bit of peace of mind. I mean, God forbid, knock on wood, if anything ever happened, I think just nice to be close to home. I mean, 15 minutes away is a nice feeling. So, but yeah, I mean, so far so good, and all the facilities, everything looked pretty nice.
Just curious, the numbers for the NHL have been really good, especially with the news that came out today in terms of COVID tests. But the news with baseball has been kind of the opposite. Some games got canceled today. Is that kind of a sobering reminder that you guys really need to do everything you can and follow all the protocols to make sure that this thing keeps going smoothly?
I'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I think the way it's set up you look at basketball, I mean, obviously it's unfortunate what's happening in the MLB. No one wants to see the games canceled and stuff, but I think the NHL is kind of more comparable to the NBA. I think obviously the bubble format, I think there's a lot less issues with the travel and stuff like that. And I mean, it's been about 24 hours now, but based on being here, I think like as long as you're wearing your mask and you're following the protocols that they put in place here, I mean, I don't really see how anything could go really wrong. I mean, obviously it's up to everyone's individual responsibility to be smart, but the setup's great. I mean, everyone that's in the bubble is being tested and is following protocols. And as long as everyone's smart and takes care of, I guess, their own business and is responsible, I don't really see how the bubble isn't going to work. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing. Everyone's got to be smart and do it for the greater good. And I think everyone wants just to play games and get the show on the road. So I think we're well on our way towards that.
Yeah, Ryan, when you go to Toronto, you know what to expect normally. You know what the crowd's going to be like. You know everything about it. This is going to be obviously completely different from that. How valuable does that make the exhibition game that you're going to play on Wednesday in order to just get used to the surroundings?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. Just we've never played in an NHL arena with the covered up seats like we're going to play. And so I think for everyone, there's going to be a feeling out process. And especially being off the ice for, being out of games for 4 or 5 months, I think it's an exhibition game, but I also think it's a very important day that, each team's got to take towards their ultimate goal. And I think if we can use that game to our advantage and stay healthy and get a feel of that game-like experience and also, the certain protocols that probably surround a game day and all that stuff, I think it's just going to be more beneficial. So definitely a different feel, but at the end of the day, I think once the puck drops, the hockey's the same. And, I think we're all looking forward to that first game. And obviously the exhibition game this week's the first step.
Hey guys, Ryan, what's your approach going into this exhibition game? How do you balance playing competitively for the first time, but also not wanting to overstrain yourself?
Honestly, I don't really think the overstringing part's going to be too much of an issue. I think it's a good question. I think it's something that the players are kind of wondering themselves how the games are going to go. But, I mean, at the end of the day, you get one game tune-up before the Stanley Cup playoffs. So I think the only way to really approach it is, or the Stanley Cup qualifiers, is the only way to approach it is just have a game-like mentality, I think. I mean, I can't imagine that guys are going to get overused minutes-wise and stuff like that. But I think it's important you try to feel the game experience as much as you can because it's pretty hard to just jump into, a playoff-like game, especially a team like Carolina. I think this game against the Islanders is a great tune-up for us because I think they have a lot of similarities in the sense that they're hard to play against. So I definitely think you don't want to overdo it, no doubt, but I think that's more the coaching and the minutes. I think from an individual standpoint, I think guys are going to bring it and probably be ready to go.
I got one for Phil and one for Ryan. So, Phil, 147 games as a Hurricane. Does that give you a little more added incentive in this first round in the playoffs? And for you, Ryan, Because of this, you got to be home for 2 months with your baby. Now, if everything really goes right, you're going to be away for 4 months. What's your feeling on that?
I think, of course, I think there's a couple guys, I guess one guy on their team and a couple guys on our team that have kind of swapped or been picked up along the way. So, human nature, you definitely have an extra bite in you. And I think, guys that have been in that situation are going to dig a little bit deeper. I think it makes it a little bit more exciting too. And, both teams have had months to kind of wrap their head around this and think about it. So I think it'll be an exciting series.
Yeah, obviously the last time off, it's been nice to be home. I think obviously to have your child being born is pretty special. So that was an amazing experience and getting to be home and play dad for a bit. But at the same time, I think as much as it sucks not being around every day, I think thank God for FaceTime and pictures and stuff. We're able to be pretty connected more than ever before. So that's a positive. And I mean, at the end of the day, our careers are so short. And I think this is one of the message I had for a few of the young guys was just, I haven't played in the playoffs in 3 years and it's felt like 10 years. And these opportunities don't come around too often. So no matter how unique the circumstances or how much, the personal life may take a hit, I think it's important to just kind of embrace the experience because it's a privilege to play in the playoffs in this league. It's a hard thing to do. And I think you never want to let an opportunity pass you by. And I think with the type of team we have, anything can happen. So just trying to put all my focus into hockey right now. And once things are done, I think it'll be great to be back home with the family, obviously.
I'm curious, your observations on and off the ice, what you've seen during this, 2-week camp or so with the two young guys on your line. Have you seen growth in their game or even off the ice? Have you seen differences in their demeanor? And then where do you feel like you guys are with your overall sharpness as a unit?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to, see what those guys can do and what we can do as a line. Obviously, two young, skilled players. I got to play with Hedel. I think he was down in Hartford maybe for a handful of games, max 10 games. So I played with him there for a bit. And then obviously when I got called up here, so I've gotten to know him on and off the ice. And in and around the room, we get along. We kind of mesh well. So I'm excited to see where that goes. Practices have been good. Their work ethic is – I don't know what they were before, but, their work ethic has been tremendous. And, they're just two young guys eager to continue to grow and become better hockey players and reach their potential. So, as far as where they're going to be as players, I think sky's the limit for them.
Obviously, as the media, we've kind of made a big deal over this, and we've asked Coach over and over again who he's going with in goal. And obviously, you guys probably don't know either. But does it make a difference the way you guys prepare, as far as the way the goalies handle the puck, or is it just a non-issue for you? Whoever's in goal, it doesn't make a difference.
I don't really think it makes a difference. I think as I guess unique as the situation's been for those three guys, I think it's also a luxury for the team. And I think, Hank, obviously his record speaks for itself. And I think if you ask anyone on our team, his work ethic the past couple of weeks has been pretty impressive. And I think if he gets that shot, whenever it may be, during this playoff, I think he's going to take it and be great. And as for Igor, I mean, his record in pro hockey speaks for itself. I mean, coming over from the KHL to the American League, what he did in Hartford and to what he did in the NHL, I mean, just tons of confidence on the guy, natural ability. You talk about the puck handling. I've seen him sauce the puck down the ice and land it right on someone's blade, so that's impressive. And even Georgiev, I think, he's kind of been lost in the conversation a little bit, but he's been really good for us the last year and a half since I've been here. And I think a three-headed monster in a way. I think our coach and our team can feel pretty confident with all those guys. So as tough as the decision is for the coaches and stuff like that, and I know the media talks about it a lot, I think for us it's just a luxury to have. And I think especially in a short series, you want to find a guy that gets hot. And you've seen it in the past. I mean, sometimes it's not always a guy that plays the first game that kind of takes the ball. So we'll see what happens. I think they've all worked hard and they're all very capable of and we feel very comfortable with all three of them back there.